Okay. What is your name?
My name is Linnéa, or Linnéa in English.
And what do you do?
What do I do? Well, I was inclined to answer what I do for a living, but that's just what I do to make money. What do? I overthink anything and everything, and I enjoy life. That's what I do.
Good answer. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind at the moment? There's always a million and one things on my mind. My ADHD brain bounces and never stops. Currently on my mind, I've had a lovely day with friends that I haven't seen in a long time, and I want to savour the moment because I very, very quickly move on from it. So I guess what's on my mind is trying to savour that moment. Yeah. Nice. And a million and one other things. Because that's the one. I've told you about the one now.
What would you like to achieve over the next few years?
Oh, tough question. I very much try to live in the moment. I don't tend to plan too far ahead. I like to go with the flow. I've kind of gone on a journey, I guess, rediscovering myself. So I've made I've changed every aspect of my life in the last sort of a year. And as part of it, I realised I've lost myself somewhere along the way. And I'm not the 35-year-old version of the 17-year-old me who moved countries and who was fearless and would do anything and take anyone on. Not take anyone on, that sounds weird. Take anything on. I don't take people on. I'm lovely, I promise. And I guess I want to continue along that journey of discovery and finding myself, getting back to where I guess I thought I would be maybe when I was this age. I don't know. Yeah. It's about me internally, so I guess, yeah. Fluffy answer, but I'm a fluffy, airy person.
No, any jokes, quotes, or sayings?
Right, well, there's two. I'm going to do my quote, and I'm going to do a joke because I spotted I could do the joke afterwards. So, a quote that someone actually said to me really recently that's really hit home is, "A ship in harbour is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." So that's kind of inspiring me and pushing me to sort of get out my comfort zone. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And then a joke that I made up that I'm probably going to get it wrong now, but I'm going to try it because I saw this. A friend told me that he's recently bought a DeLorean, so I asked him, "Do you drive it every day or just from time to time?"
Hey!
I'm not sure if I should be proud or ashamed of that one, but I'm going with a proud.
It's good. Advice for the youth.
Advice for the youth. Gosh, there's so much. I guess I'm a scout leader, so I try and give snippets, I guess, of insight as I go. But I think the biggest thing for me is don't be afraid to follow opportunities. So you're more likely to you'll regret the things that you didn't do. So if there's an opportunity to go and do something, give it a go. You know, what is the worst that could happen? I think you'll only look back if you don't take opportunities. You look back and go, but what if? Whereas if you did it, you might go, yeah, no, that wasn't for me, but I can then make another decision. And I think be proud of who you are. I think that's something that I've learned. I've always been I've stood out for the right reason or the wrong reason, depending on who you talk to. But actually, just being proud of who you are is a big deal. You know, accepting yourself is the first step to just finding the people that accept you for who you are. So, as I said, be who you are and say what you feel, because those that mind don't matter and those that matter don't mind. Something my mum said to me when I was a kid, and I still remember that.
Nice.
Very much live by that.
If you could write a letter to anyone, who would it be?
If I could write I'd like to write a letter to myself when I was younger. I wish I could tell the younger version of me that basically the advice I would give to youth these days, I'd like to give that to myself when I was younger. I questioned a lot of things and I worried, people don't like me, I don't fit in anywhere, but actually by just accepting who I am and loving myself, I've found people who love me exactly as I am. So I'd quite like to write a letter to me and tell her how she is amazing. She just needs to realise that and realise that people do like her.
Yeah, we do like you.
Thank you.
Who needs praising today?
Who needs praising? Wow, you need praising for saying that because it made me smile. So you need praising. Thank you. You can have all of that.
Okay. Who's in charge of the world today?
I think we all are. I don't do politics, and I know anyone and everyone is affected by politics, but I don't understand politics. and I like to believe that everyone is trying to do the best by everyone, but actually we can all make an impact and we can all change the world. So I guess we all are, all together and all of us individually, which sounds really cheesy, but I think it's true. So yeah.
Nice. What will be different in 10 years' time?
What will be different? Who knows? Me in 10 years' time knows, but I can't get hold of her. She never picks up the phone.
Write her a letter.
I'll write her a letter. Snail mail. Send her an email, it'll be quicker, maybe. What will be different? What I'd like to think will be different are, I hope I've learnt a lot about, I guess, what I want and what I want in the world over the last couple of years, for obvious reasons. This little thing that's been happening in the last 2 years. And I hope those things change and continue to change, that it's not sort of a temporary, people go, no, do you know, love your neighbour and, you know, support people and, you know, spend time with family and get outdoors and all those things. I think it's too easy for those things again, that was just circumstantial, it's temporary. Actually, I hope those things do stick. You know, when the world turns to chaos, there's always been good in the world, and I believe in the good of people, but when the world turns to chaos, that good has an opportunity to shine and come out. And I hope that doesn't get forgotten about when the world returns to whatever normal looks like, the future. So I hope that's what will be different.
Yeah. What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of?
Gosh, difficult. It's not difficult. There are a million and one things. I'll try and pick. I'd like to see more of people and my family. I've not seen my family for 2.5 years, so I'd definitely like to see more of them. I'd like to see more of people loving themselves. I think I've had to go through it. I've gone through a journey of finding the things. It's hard to say that you love yourself. It feels like you're like, oh yeah, I'm amazing, I'm bragging again, but we are all amazing, and actually loving yourself. I want to see more people accepting themselves for who they are and loving themselves, I guess. Which sounds really cheesy, but yeah. What would I like to see less of? That's a harder one. It's like a cop-out, so I want to see less of seeing more. That's weird, that didn't make any sense whatsoever. Welcome to my world. What would I like to see less of? I'd like to see less of people putting other people down, I guess, to feel better about themselves. Unfortunately, there's always going to be people who are not confident and probably haven't learnt to love themselves, that will find other ways to make themselves feel better. But actually, more compassion. No, I was on less. More compassion, whatever the opposite of compassion is. I want to see less of that. That was a very waffly answer. Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you, Linnéa.
You're very welcome, Adam. Because I am never in. What did you actually, when you said did you ask what I do for a living, or did you just, what are you?
What do you do? I said.
What do I do? Overthink everything and anything.
You could say, I sit here.
What do I do? It's because I'm philosophical, and then I went to job role because that's what I do. That's not what I do. It's not who I am. It's not who I am.